It's September 7th, 2015, up here on the Prairie Orchard. The Prairie's in its late summer phase with lots of yellow flowers and very tall grasses. Some of these grasses are growing 8 feet tall here. These turkey feet are probably about 7 feet tall next to me right now. Pretty time of the year. Not as many different colored flowers, but still a fair number of pretty yellow flowers out there. I'm going to take you on an orchard walk today and show you some of the highlights. Here we have some prairie dock that is sitting on the path up to our vegetable garden. This is acting very much like a biennial plant. There's flowers each year, but they're profuse every other year. Bees going to town on these flowers right now. Maximilian sunflower, grown here on the side of the driveway. Hey, Sasha. Got some sawtooth sunflower growing about 6.5 feet tall, with some interesting looking galls growing on the stems there. I'll have to learn more about that. A monarch butterfly here on what I think is some Canadian thistle. I believe this is Joe Pye weed going to seed. Got some asters down here at the bottom. I'm out here in the front prairie amongst some Indian grass, and I think I found myself some sky blue aster here. These pretty bluish flowers, standing probably about 3.5–4 feet tall, with stems that have these narrowish leaves. The only thing missing is they don't have the large basal leaves, but these leaves look right, and the size and color look right as well. So probably sky blue aster. Now we're out in the apple orchard here, seeing several different varieties of goldenrod, and also this brown-eyed Susan, which just loves it out here in the orchard. Pretty little yellow flowers with brown buttons clustered amongst the prairie plants. You can see this time of year the Indian grass is flowering with these little bells of flowers coming off the stems of the grass flower. On the other hand, these turkey feet, or big blue stem, aren't yet flowering. But these are the grasses that are really towering above the rest of the plants on the prairie. They're growing as high as 7 or 8 feet out there in that field, and they give the field that purple color. Here we are still out in the apple orchard, and you can see those tall turkey feet mixed in with a little bit of Indian grass. Those tall grasses there, they're about 8 or 9 feet tall. Pretty impressive. And then more of this black-eyed or brown-eyed Susan. And then interesting tree here, this is our pitmaster pineapple, which will give us apples that have the flavor of a pineapple. This has been a really vigorous grower. This is now 8.5 feet tall or so, and I just planted it a couple years ago. Impressive. And this side of me here in our permaculture orchard is some pale Indian plantain with the flowers now past. They're usually white flowers, and it looks like it's getting ready to go to seed next to some goldenrod. It's really pretty out here on this prairie. These plants are just so impressive with how fast they can grow and how tall they get. Don't you think, Sasha? These purple flowers are some late blooming showy tick trefoil. You can see on this plant that some of the flowers have already gone to seed, and in fact this is what it looks like when it's all dried out and gone to seed, and this is what it looks like when you walk through a patch of showy tick trefoil after it's gone to seed. These little seeds that stick to you are what gives the plant its name, specifically the tick part. but a pretty plant when it's flowering, and relatively abundant in our prairie.